Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Um, I'm Amna Anas from UMT Lahore, currently studying interior design, first semester. Um, okay, now I'm gonna explain you the verbal reasoning part from model exam 6. For the verbal reasoning part, first you have to understand the relationship between the two words. Okay, first one, bee, honey. What is the connection between bee and honey? uh, Bee produces honey, right? So we have the reason. So when we come to the answers, we can guess that cow and milk, because cow produces milk. So the answer is B. Okay, the next question. Glove and hand. Okay, the relationship between the glove and hand is glove worn on hand. So the answer here we can take mask and face, because we use mask to wear it on our face. Okay, but here you can get a confusion seeing neck and necklace. But see, in the example they have given, they gave the object first and then the body part. So here the body part is first and then the object is next. So the answer is clear. A is the answer. Third one. Okay. Radio produces sound. So lamp produces light. So here, simple and easy, the answer is B. Let's move to the fourth one. Spectacles and eyes. Spectacles worn on eyes. So answer is A. Socks worn on feet. In this question also, you can get confused with answer D, because finger and ring. But make sure here they have given the object first and the body part next. So socks and feet will be the answer. Fifth one, frog leap. Okay. Leap means a characteristic movement of a frog. So when we use this as, and then the answer will be snake slither. Okay, frog leaps and snake slithers. Okay. Next one, arid, dry. Arid means dry. So the relationship between here is synonyms. So the answer will be A, damp, moist. If you don't know the meaning of any word, just remove the answers, because see, hot and cold, sharp and dull, empty and full, all those are opposites, right? See, these three answers has a connection, but this one is different. So if you don't know the meaning of any word, just remove the answers, the remaining answers, and then you will get the correct answer. Okay, here the seventh question. Hill is the smaller version of mountain. So when it comes to the answer, we can take answer A, because pond is the smaller version of lake. Okay. The eighth one. Labrador is a breed of a dog. So the answer is very clear. Cat Persian. Okay, the ninth one. Bell makes chin. So here, when we come to the answers, serpent hiss. Okay, it's more like the answer, and then we'll go to the next one. Glacier melts. No, it's a process of, and then falcon talon, and then orchid petal. Both are a part of the whole thing. So bell, chin, and then serpent hiss is the answer. 10th question. Grass leaf. Leaf is a part of grass. So also leaf is a part of tree. So the answer will be C. 11th question. Okay. Radio news. Radio gives news. Okay. Then what about watch? Watch tells the time, right? Okay. Clear answer. Answer C. Complete the sentence. Okay. My head is vibrating like a tree. It can't be. Pillow also it can't be. Cloud also it can't be. Then obviously it's drum. Okay. This is a very common English expression. Also, you can just check some of the expression because not only grammar and then synonyms and antonyms, please also check those expression. You no need to memorize those. Just read some and then you will remember because when you see the answer, you will remember those. Because there are so many expressions like busy as a bee, brave as a lion, quiet as a mouse, kind of those. So please take some and then read before you go to the exam. No need to memorize. Okay, now we have come to the vocabulary and reasoning part. Man walking in the desert. Okay, this is a little confusing because let's read the answers first. A piece of paper on a blank floor, a leaf blown in the wind, a grain of sand on a beach, a stone in a garden. Okay, when we read those answers, we can get to a conclusion that smallness compared to vast place. Okay, but if we take that to guess the answer, but it's hard because all those answers are similar to it. But here we can notice one word, walking. That means a movement. Okay, uh, now we can choose one answer which has a movement. A piece of paper on a blank floor doesn't have a movement. A leaf blown in the wind. It seems like the answer. And then the sea, a grain of sand on a beach. It doesn't have a movement. And then a stone in a garden. It also doesn't have a movement. So answer is B. Okay. What does the word visage mean? Word visage means the face. Okay. We call the face as visage. Okay. Antonym parts. Lenient. Lenient means not strict. We call lenient, not strict. Then the opposite of lenient is strict. 16th one. Which word has the opposite meaning of bygones? Okay. We call the meaning of bygones is things happened in the past. Same thing here. Maybe we don't know the word meaning of the word here. Then we can just choose from the answers. Just we can solve by eliminating one by one. See, memories, history, past. Both are connected to past. But future, it is the only word which is different. So we can choose the answer here. Okay. Synonyms. Choose the word that is closest in meaning to timid. Okay. Timid. A closest meaning for timid is shy. 18th one. Choose the word that is closest meaning to slumber. Slumber. Synonym of slumber is sleep. Which word is most similar in meaning to soulman? Okay. Soulman. It is used to someone very serious. If it's an important thing or else a sad moment or anything, if someone is serious, we use this word. Okay, then synonym is serious. 20th one. Choose the word that is closest meaning to colossal. Okay, colossal means huge, very extremely large thing we call colossal. Okay, then the answer is huge. Okay. Mm. I hope you all understood very well. Okay, if you don't know any of the answers, don't stop and waste your time. Move to the next question. Also, never leave blank. Mark one answer. Sometimes it can be correct. If you don't marking an answer means 0% of chance. So if you mark one answer, at least you have 25% of chance it will get correct or not. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Amma. Well explained. So let's move forward to the next section, which is analytical reasoning, which will be done by Ranishka Pan.
All right, Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to our discussion on analytical reasoning of the model paper 6. And for those of you who joined now, I'm Ranishko Fernando and I'm currently a first year medical student at Dow International Medical College in Karachi, Pakistan. So I'll be discussing the analytical reasoning part of model paper 6. So let's go to our first question of today. So this is a simple, what do you call a small pattern. So you have to so first of all, you have to try to figure out, what are they trying to, ask. So we have the word mango, and they have equaled it to random letters, which is N, Z, O, H, and Q. So actually, this question is wrong. I mean, but we can still try to figure out a pattern. So let's see. So mango, and they have equaled it to N, Z, O, H, and Q. So you all know that the letter N comes after M in the alphabet. And letter Z comes before A. Like if you write the entire alphabet and after Z, it comes A, right? So like I said, there isn't a proper pattern here. And we know that O comes after N and H comes after G. And again, Q comes 2 letters after O, like O, P, Q. So we know that, the pattern they have checked, their question does on is, in the alphabet, letters that are close by to each other. So if we take the word grape, so they're asking us which random letters would correspond to grape. So we have the word grape. So what letter comes after G? It's H, right? So what comes after R? It's S. What comes after A? It would be B. And which letter comes after P? That would be Q. Sorry, wait. Yeah. So which letter comes after P? That would be letter Q. And after E, that would be F. So according to this pattern, I mean, this doesn't correspond, but still, according to answers that are given, because sometimes we have to read the question and check the answers. So that way we can figure out which answer would be, more suitable. So according to this, it would be H, S, B, Q, and F. That would be answer number A. Right. So I hope you all have an idea about how you all can approach these sort of questions. So moving on to our next question. We have a number pattern. So we have 3, 8, 15, 24, and 35. So what's the difference between these numbers? Between 3 and 8, that's 5. Between 8 and 15, that would be 7. 15 and 24, it's 9. And 24 and 35, that would be 11. So they're asking us what would be the next number of this number pattern. So you all can see the difference between 5 and 7 is 2. And again, 7 and 9, that's 2. 9 and 11, that's 2. So the number that should be here would be 13. If you follow the same pattern, it's 13. So 35 plus 13, that would be 48. So we have the answer, which is B, 48. So I hope that's clear as well. So we have again an alphabet, and they're asking us to figure out which combination of letters would be the next element of this number pattern. So we have A, B, D, E, F. So you can see that they have skipped C, right? So there's no C here. And again, G, H, I, J. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So we can see that they have not skipped any letter there. So after J, we have L, M, N, O, P. So here we can see that they have skipped the letter K. And also, according to this pattern, you can see that they haven't skipped anything here, right? Nothing skipped here. So that means every 2 number patterns, only we have to skip a letter. So according to that, we won't be skipping a letter here. We will just continue after P. So what's after P? We have Q, R, S, U, R, S, E, U, and V. So again, another important thing in this number pattern is, so we have 2 letters here, 3 here, 4 here, 5 here. So that means there should be 6 here, right? According to this pattern as well. So according to that, this would be the answer, Q, R, S, T, U, V. So let's check if we have that answer given. Yeah, we do. So that would be answer number Q, R, S, T, U, V. That would be answer number A. So I hope that's clear as well. Move on to our next question. Right. So your statement A is B's brother, C is A's mother, etc. That means this is another pedigree chart pattern where we have to figure out so we have to figure out how is D related to B. I hope you can still see my screen.
Not visible, Ramesh.
Not visible.
Not visible.
All right, 1 moment. I hope you can see it now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. So right. So we have a family pattern, which is A is B's brother. So we know that that's A and B. So there are 2 children of a pair of parents. So A is B's brother. We still don't know who their parent is. So C is A's mother. Right. So this should be the mother. C is A's mother. And D is C's father. Is his father. So the question is, how is D related to B? How is D related to B? So that would be the grandfather, right? Because D is C's, so A and B's parents is C, and the parent of C is D. So that would be grandfather. 24B. Right, so moving on to our next question. Among P, Q, R, S, and T, P is taller than Q. So that's another, as we discussed in our previous model paper, it's a comparison between 2. And then we have to finally make a list of, who's the tallest. So let's read. So P is taller than Q. P is taller than Q. R is shorter than T. R is shorter than T. Q is taller than R. Q is taller than R. And S is taller than P. So we can take this all into one number pattern line. So we have 5 people. So we know S is taller than P, that's why we put it here. And R is shorter than Q. And P is taller than Q, so that's why we have P here. And T is taller than R. But we don't exactly know where T is. T could be anywhere. But since the question is who's the shortest, it's obvious that R would be the shortest, right? We don't know who the tallest is. It could be S or it could be T also, because they haven't specifically told us where T lies in this number pattern. So the answer would be who's the shortest, that would be R. 25C. I hope that's clear as well. Let's move on to our next question. So there's no statement. It's Ravi likes rusk and Priya does not like bread or cake. Right. So this is another checkbox kind of grid sort of question where we'll have to list them out and find out who likes what, etc. So we have Ravi, Priya, Kadir, and Sam. So write them down. Ravi, Priya, Kadir, and Sam. What are the food here? We have bread, cake, biscuits, and rusk. So Ravi likes rusk. Ravi likes rusk. And Priya does not like bread or cake. So Priya does not like bread or cake. If Kadir likes either bread or biscuit, so it's either one of the two. We don't know which one for sure. So let's put half. Kadir either likes bread or biscuit. And Priya likes biscuit. Priya likes biscuit. What must Sam like? Right. So they haven't specified in this question, but one person can only like one food item. Like two people can't like the same food. That's the that's what they are, that's the approach they are going for. So we know that Ravi likes rusk, Priya likes biscuit. Kadir could either like bread or biscuit, but since Priya already likes biscuit, Kadir you can't like it, so this should be bread. So Kadir should like bread. So we are only left out with cake for Sam. So that means Sam. So what must Sam like? Should be cake. So that will be answer D. So next question is, if we only know that Ravi likes rusk and Kadir likes bread. Ravi likes rusk and Kadir likes bread. Which of the following is definitely true? So these two are already taken, so we have cake and biscuit list. So the answer again should be B. Priya likes biscuits, because we already know that Sam likes cake, right? So the answer would be B. So 27. All right, let's move on to our next question. I hope that's clear. So actually, these two questions are wrong. We can't get a proper answer because I think there's an error or there are some inconsistencies in the question. But if I just explain you all on how you all can approach this sort of question, because most probably the questions that you all will be getting at your actual exam won't have any errors because they will be checked by the HEC officials. So this is how you all can approach this sort of question. So they say that there are 5 flags in a row. So you just may mark 5s because we still don't know which order they are in a row. So red is at one end. So they have specified which end red is at. So it could be either here or here. And white is at the other end. So we still don't know which end it is, right? Yellow is exactly between blue and white. So if yellow, it should be between blue and white. Blue should be here. So yellow can be here. So green is at the second position from the white flag. So green could be either here or here. So this is how you all should approach this sort of question, and then you all will be able to get the answer. So I'll move on to our next question because we couldn't get a proper answer. Right. Question number 30. Arun is taller than Ben. Ben is shorter than Chris, but taller than Dan. So right, again, this is another comparison sort of question where we have to compare between the two. So let's start that as well. So Arun is taller than Ben. So we have Arun is taller than Ben, and Ben is shorter than Chris. Ben shorter than Chris, but taller than Dan. Ben is shorter than Chris, but taller than Dan. So Dan should be here. If Chris is shorter than Arun, Chris is shorter than Arun, who is the second tallest among the four? So according to this, who is the second tallest among the four? That would be Chris. Answer number A. Question number 31. In the same height comparison, if a fifth, so they have already given us the answer here. So see, you all might have same chance at your exam as well. We have the following question would have the answer of the previous. So in the same height comparison, if a fifth person, Ed, is taller than Ben, but shorter than Chris. So taller than Ben, but shorter than Chris. Each of the following must be true. So it should be placed here. So Ed is the tallest. It's wrong. Chris is taller than Ed. It's correct. Ed is shorter than Dan. It's false. Arun is shorter than Ed. That's false as well. So the answer here is B. Chris is taller than Ed. So I hope that's clear as well. Let's move on to our next question. Kaya, Liam, and Maya own a Dalmatian, a poodle, and a beagle. Kaya does not own the poodle, and the beagle is owned by Liam. Who owns the Dalmatian? So again, this is another grid sort of question where we'll have to figure out who owns what. So we have three people: Kaya, Liam, and Maya. So Kaya, Liam, and Maya. So what are the breeds of the dogs here? Dalmatian, poodle, and beagle. So we have Dalmatian, beagle, poodle. So it says that Kaya, Liam, and Maya own a Dalmatian, a poodle, and a beagle. Kaya does not own the poodle. So Kaya does not own the poodle. And the beagle is owned by Liam. So the beagle is owned by Liam. Who owns the Dalmatian? So it should be Kaya, right? Let me read the question once again. Okay, so since Kaya does not, so in this question as well, only one person can own the same breed of, one breed of dog. So since Liam owns the beagle, and so Kaya cannot own the beagle, right? Because Liam already owns it. And also it mentions that Kaya does not own the poodle. So that means Kaya owns the Dalmatian. So who owns the Dalmatian? That would be Kaya. 33. In the dog ownership matrix, if we discover that Maya owns the poodle, what can we conclude about Kaya? So that again, it's that she owns the Dalmatian. It's answer number B. Right. So that's a simple, that's a very common type. We saw that in our previous model paper as well. And we had a couple of questions in this paper as well. So keep in mind, this is how you all approach this sort of question. Question 34. A, B, and C start with rupees 2,000 each. A gives 500 to B, right? So we have three people, A, B, and C. A, B, C. And they all start with rupees 2,000. So 2000, 2000, 2000. So A gives, so this is the first statement. A gives rupees 500 to B. So how much does rupees A have now? 1500, because he gave 500 to B. And how much does B have now? 2500. Then B gives rupees 1200 to C. This is our next statement. So when B gives rupees 1200 to C, he will now have 1300. Because he gave 1200 to C. And how much will C have now? 3200. 3200. So after these transactions, how much more money does C have than A? So C has 3200 and A has only 1500. So 3200 minus 1500, that would be 7700. That would be answer B. Who ends up with the least amount of money after all exchanges are completed? That would be B, right? 1300. This is also a very simple question. Let's move on to our next. 36. This is more of a verbal reasoning question, I would say, rather than analytical reasoning. So it says that some books are magazines, and all magazines are papers. So some books, right? Not all the books. So books, only some of them are magazines, but all magazines are papers. So let's read the statements that we have here. Some books are papers. That's true, right? Because not all books are papers. Some books are magazines, and all magazines are papers. That means only some books are papers. All books are papers. That's false. No paper is a book. That's false as well. Some papers are not magazines. That's false as well. So the answer is A for 36. Let's move on to our next question. Question 37. So this question is wrong. I mean, if we go with the original question, which is the sun is 60 years, we cannot get an answer. So let's solve this question thinking that the sum of ages of father and son is 70 years. Right. So the question says the sum of ages of father and son is 70 years. 5 years ago, the father was 5 times as old as the son. So we have two statements, and this is an algebraic equation. So let's attribute the son's age as X and the father as Y. Sum of ages of the father and son is 70. So X plus Y equals 70. 5 years ago, the father was 5 times as old as the son. So 5 years ago, the father is Y, 5 years ago, so minus 5. Equals, the son was also X minus 5 years ago. The father was 5 times as old as the son. 5 times. Let's solve this. Y minus 5 equals 5x minus 25. So y equals 5x minus 20. Plus 5 plus 5. So this is one equation that we have. Now we can plug this into this. So x plus y equals 70. X plus 5x minus 20 equals 70. 6x equals 90. So we know that. So divide, you have 115. X equals 15. So what's the son's percentage? That would be 15. The answer is C. So I hope that's clear as well. Right. Question 38. 7. So this question is also wrong because we couldn't get a proper answer. But let's explain on how you all can approach this sort of question. There are 7 friends sitting in a circle facing the center. So first thing you all should do is you all should draw a circle. So there are 7 friends. So for example, I'll just take it as 6 friends. 6 friends, right? So you all should draw seats. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So they are facing the center. So A is between B and C. So what you all should do is you all should draw it. So B and C is here, and A is in between them. And D is opposite A. So D is seated opposite A. E is to the immediate right of D. So since they are facing the center, this would be his right, of D. So E should be sitting here. So this is just an example on how you all can approach this question, because we can't get a proper answer because there's an error in the answers or the question. So I hope you all got a rough idea on how you all should approach this sort of question. So let's move on to our next. So this question was wrong as well. We couldn't get a proper answer. I mean, we do have an answer because it's D. So 4 friends, Ali, Bilal, Hamza, and Umar sitting in a row. So again, we draw, so there are 4 friends. So we read the statement. Ali says that Bilal is sitting. So we have 4 statements. 1, 2, 3. So first statement says, Ali says Bilal is sitting at one end. So according to Ali, Bilal could be either here or here. And Bilal says Hamza is sitting immediately to my right. So according to him, Hamza should be immediately to his right. Hamza says Umar is sitting at the other end. So according to Hamza, Hamza is the person sitting in the corner, and Umar should be sitting at the other end. I mean, it could be either, Hamza here and Umar here, or Hamza here and Umar here. So according to the statements that we got, we can't get a proper answer. So therefore, the answer would be D, cannot be determined. All right, so let's move on to our final question of the day from the analytical reasoning part. It's a train leaves at 8:20 a.m. and reaches its destination after 2 hours and 45 minutes. It stops for 15 minutes during the journey. So the train leaves the station at 8:20 a.m. 8:20 a.m. and reaches its destination after 2 hours and 45 minutes. 2 hours and 45 minutes, it reaches the destination, right? From one place to another, it already goes there in 2 hours and 45 minutes. But the statement also says it stops for 15 minutes during the journey. During their journey from this point to this point, they had stopped here for 15 minutes. So a very common mistake that many do is they add this 15 minutes here as well, thinking that, because it says that, the train stops for 15 minutes, but that's wrong, because it clearly states that the train reaches its destination after 2 hours and 45 minutes. So regardless of how long they stopped here, they had already reached there in 2 hours 45 minutes. So this is irrelevant. So you should not calculate this. It's just 8:20 plus 2:45. That would be 5. 4 plus 2, that's 6. So that's 1 hour. So that would be 9, 10, and 11. 11, 5 a.m. So that's the answer. That's answer number A. So as you all can see, the questions can be quite tricky. So if you all try to do that in a rush, you all might end up making mistakes. So always read the question clearly. And so analytical questions aren't that hard, as you saw, in both the papers that we discussed today. There's a very common pattern. So, and there is a common approach on how you all should, approach those questions. So you all have plenty of time. Practice these questions again. And if you all haven't used these methods before and made mistakes in your answering, apply these and see you all will be able to get the answer. So that will be it from me today. And I'm wishing you all the very best for your aptitude test. Good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Manishka. Now we'll move on to the next part of Model Paper 6, which is quantitative reasoning, which also consists of 20 questions and 20 marks, which will be discussed by Ashfa Umar. Ashfa Umar, the floor is yours.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. So, I'm Ashfa Umar and studying architectural engineering in UET Lahore. So, like again, we are in the quantitative reasoning discussion. So, I will share my screen. So, this is the first question. Like you have given an equation and have to find the value of x. So like here the main concept is like fractional exponents. So like here there's a fractional exponent. Like first we have to isolate this variable x variable by dividing both sides by 4. So then we get x to the power 2 over 3. And like now, from now onwards, we have to solve this by um, like raising the taking the reciprocal of this fractional exponent. So the easiest method is to raise both sides to its reciprocal. So you know like the reciprocal of 3 over 2 is the reciprocal of 3 over 2 is 2 over 3. So yeah, the reciprocal of 2 over 3 is 3 over 2. So then you get this. Um, so hope you can understand this, how to solve this. Then like if we get 4 into the power half, we can get this and isolated this, and this comes as 2 into the power 3, it means 8. Okay, so like whenever like you want to remove a fractional exponent, raise both sides to the reciprocal of that exponent. So don't be panic in such situations. So the next question is like finding the LCM. LCM means the smallest number that both numbers can divide exactly. Uh, so the safest method is prime factorization. So you can write 27 as to the power 3 and then 36 as 2 to the power 2 by you can use the like it's called factorization ladder that we can use to get the factors. Uh, so then take the highest power of each prime. Then you see that here 3 into the power 3 is the highest, then 3 into the power 2, and then the 2 into the power 2. So you get the answer. So like here LCM is always the highest power of the prime factors and HCF is the lowest common power. So don't confuse these two. And then the next question is like both cars travel the same distance. It says the both cars travel the same distance in 9 hours. So when the distance remains the same and time are like inversely related, like you can easily use this formula to solve this and it saves time. So like if you want to understand more, like you can have this to like we have to first find the distance traveled by the both cars. For that, we use the speed of the second car and the time the second car traveled. So from that, we can get the distance traveled by the first car. Uh, Yeah, it means the distance it is the same and is the distance traveled by the second car as well. So to find the speed of the first car, we can use this distance divided by the time taken by the first car. So like because this the same distance, it's easy to get the speed and solve this. So like whenever like you read it's the same distance, I like suggest you to use this because it saves time and this is a short method. Yeah, so that's all. And the next question is to find in the average. Um, so here as well, the average means like total marks divided by the total number of students. So like many students make the mistake of averaging the two averages. So like first we have to find, like here it says there are 30 students and their average is 55, and then we can find the total mark of the first 30 students, and for the next 5 students they have given the average mark as 83, and from that we can get the total mark. And then we have to combine the two, combine the averages. So for that we have to add the total marks, the two total marks and divided by the total students. So then we can get the average. So never average the averages directly, like just don't add 55 plus 83 directly. Unless the unless the both groups have the same number of students, like if they are same number of students in the group, it's okay, but never average the averages directly uh, when the number of students are changed. So the next question is also the same, I think, like only the different in numbers. You can do it. So it's So this is the question, like the two cars travel in opposite directions, and asking the distance between them after 2 hours. So like since the two cars move away from each other, the distance between them increases in every second. Okay, so like that's why we add the speeds. So like if they are moving in the same direction, we would subtract them. So think many of you know it's relative motion. And then if not, like it's like just remember this: if the two cars are traveling in opposite direction, add the speeds, and if it's moving in the same direction, subtract the speeds. So first, like now it's as in the two cars are moving in the opposite direction, we have to combine the two speeds, and then it means that the speed it travels 140 kilometers every hour. So like this means that they move 140 kilometers farther apart every hour. So to find the distance after 2 hours, we have to multiply the speed by the time. It means 140 kilometers per hour by 2 hours. So then you get 280 kilometers. So yeah, remember that. Mm, so, so here as well, it says a car travels at 3 kilometers and take 50 kilometers per hour and takes 5 hours to cover a distance. If its speed increases, yeah, and then it covers the same distance in 4 hours. And then asking the original speed. So, like they have given the original speed as v and the original time as 5 hours. So, when the speed is increased, we can get v plus 15 kilometers per hour as the speed, and the new time is it's 4 hours. So the distance is the same. So you all know speed equals distance over time. And then when the original distance is 5v, the new distance become 4 times by v plus 15. It means the new distance, when we apply this equation to this way, yeah. And then since the distance is same, this the new distance and the original distance mentioned in the question is the same. We get this equation, and if you solve this, you get the speed original speed as 60 kilometers per hour. So like this, whenever the speed changes, but the destination is the same, equate the two distance expressions like this way, then you can get the answer. Simply make two expressions equal and solve it, since the both distance are equal. So here it's given the base area of a cube and to find its volume. So the question gives the base area and not the side. So first find the side. So it's like, since the area is the square root of the side, you can get the length of the side. So then to find the volume, it's side to like 3 into the power by sides, it gives the volume. So like always that I like here, like you have given the area, like not the side. So always identify what is given before applying to a formula. Mm. So here the same we discussed the average question. So 40 students average is x, and the total marks is 40x, and here the average of two students, and it says y, and the total gives 2y, and this is the total mark. And to find the average, we have to divide total marks by the total students, and it gives this expression. So the next question is there's a pyramid, it's square base with side length 10 centimeters and height x, and it says to find the radius of the circle that circumscribes the base. So circumscribed circle touches all four corners of the square. Yeah, remember this. And so its radius is half of the diagonal of the square. Yeah, so that's why, then but here the pyramid's height is given, it's not necessary to solve this. And as the square base side length is 10 centimeters, and now have to find the radius of the circle that circumscribes the square base. We have to find the diagonal of the square. So for that we are using Pythagoras theorem, and yeah, then you can get the diagonal, and the radius is half of the diameter, and you can get the radius of the circle. So here I have to say that like ignore this unnecessary information as the height is given and it's not necessary for to solve this question, and many aptitude questions include extra information just to confuse the candidates, so don't be panic and keep it in remember as well. So here you have to find the diameter of a circle. Sorry, this you have to find the circumference of the circle where the diameter is given. So you know the circumference is 5 by 5d, and I because you all know that circumference of a circle is c equals to 5r. So from that it means 5 by also. Um, and the 2r means d, and that's why c equals 5d. Mhm. Mm, So the next question is, so here like always check whether the question gives the radius or the diameter of the circle to find the circumference. Sometimes you may mistaken it. And then there's a discount question. The market price of a shirt is R, and after a 12% discount, find the selling price in terms of R. So here the market price is R and the discount is 12%. So let's find the discount amount first. So discount is equal to the 12, is equal to 12% of the mark price. So you get this by solving this. Um, Sorry. Yeah, it should be up. And the selling price, you get the selling price when you deducted the discount from the mark price. So you get this way as the answer. So like remember that like after the discount, the customer pays like 100% minus the discount, like the full price, like the mark price, have discount has to be deducted from the mark price, so then you get the selling price. uh, so then next find in the HCF. HCF is like, it simply means the largest number that divides both numbers exactly. So you can either write the factors or use prime factorization as well. So I have written the factors here. So the highest common factor you can see here, like all the three numbers, it has the same factors as the highest, so it gives the highest common factor as 6. And you mm, so here it gives the rectangle's length and width each increased to 10 times the original values, and asking the percentage increase in area. So here we have given the original, we can take the original area as A equals L by W, and new area is 10L and 10W as it's increased to 10 times the original values. So you get 100 A, like we can get like 100 LW as LW equals A. You can get this as 100 A, and to find the increase, you can subtract A, the original area from the new area, so you get 99A. So the like to find the percentage increase, you have to multiply 99 by 100, and you get this. So here is the area depend on both length and width. Yeah, and then both becomes 10 times larger. That's why we are taking here 10L and 10W. And then when both length here 100 times increase, then the percentage increase in area becomes this way. So here that like if the question varied this way, like increased by 10 times, you can use this way to solve this. So but for this question, like this is the answer. 9,900%. So find the area of a circle with radius 14 centimeter. So you all know the area of the circle is A equals 5r squared. So use that and take 5 this, as this. Mm, So the next question is, uh, it's easy. You have given a function. So fx equals x squared minus 4 and if x equals 3, there are two functions and asking to find x. So both are f as both are fx. These two values should be same. It means this way. And when you solve this, you get this equation. And when you take the square root, you get this. So here, like the question says, car A travels east at 40 meters per second and car B travels north at 60 meters per second, starting from the same point. So find the distance between them after 2 hours. So here, if we take the car is starting from here, it travels this way, and then if car as the car B is traveling to north, it's going this way. So like as it means that forms a right angle, and you can use Pythagoras theorem to find the distance between them after 2 hours, um, as they are starting from the same point. So let's take, like they have given the speed of the car A 40 meters per second and the speed of car B and time 2 hours. Like you have to, it's easy to convert hours into seconds. Yeah, you have to convert. So yeah, so it gives 7,200 seconds. So the distance traveled by, we have to like find the distance traveled by each car. So to find the distance traveled by the car A, this is the speed of the car A, and we are multiplying it by the time traveled. So we get this in meters, and we converted it into kilometers, as in answers it's in kilometers. So in the same way, in the car B, the speed is multiplied by the time taken, then we get the distance traveled by the car B as well. So to like if this is like, as the car A is on this way and car B is moving north, like we can then use the uh, Pythagoras theorem to find the distance between them. So like and then we get the answer. So here again, this type of the same question we discussed earlier, and the market price of a shirt is R and the discount is given and asking him to find the selling price. So the selling price equals always the discount is deducted from the market price. Mm, so here the discount, like, so we have to subtract 0.2 R from R to get the selling price. And the same question we discussed earlier, it's the class average. And I hope like you can understand this question as well and you get the answer, this answer. So here again, I have to find the HCF of 16 and 36. So I told you earlier, so the HCF means the largest number that divides both numbers exactly. So if we write the factors as this way, you can see that the 2 into the power 2 is common to both numbers. So that's how you are going to take HCF. So that's all. So that this brings us to the end of the quantitative reasoning discussion. So I hope like you now understand not only how to solve these questions, but also how to identify the correct method quickly. So in the aptitude test, don't spend too much time on a single question. You may feel some questions hard and some questions easy. So if you are unsure, move on and come back to it later. So keep practicing these concepts and you will be able to solve similar questions much faster. And also try to memorize the important formulas and shortcuts we have discussed today. And with practice, you will be able to solve these questions accurately with the time limit. So, thank you, everyone, and I wish you all the very best for your exam.
Now we'll move on to the next part of the model number paper 6, which is general science, which will be discussed by Razna. Razna, over to you.
All right, thank you. So once again, general science it's the most basic physics, chemistry, biology, those type of topics. So the first question that is here is what's the function of the midbrain? This is once again biology. So the answer will be B, controls vision, hearing, reflexes, and eye movement. And the reason why the answer is not A, C, and D is clearly mentioned on screen. And moving on to the next question. This question was in part 5 as well, the previous paper, which is which organ is associated with the olfactory nerve? And the answer is nose. And 63, which instrument separates the light into different wavelengths? So the answer is pretty obvious. It's a spectrometer, as a microscope magnifies tiny objects and a telescope magnifies distant objects, and a thermometer measures temperature only. Once again, question 64 is a very repeated question, so please know the percentage of air in different gases on the Earth's atmosphere. So for argon, it's 0.93%. And then we have what is the main function of mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of a cell. So the obvious answer is C, which is energy production. And question 66 is DNA is not found in which of the following? So the answer is D, as A, B, and C contains DNA. And question 67, the optic nerve connects the eye to which organ? The answer is B, as ear, nose, and the heart. The optic nerve doesn't root to or interfere with these organs. Question number 68, which of the following is an exothermic reaction? The answer is air respiration, as B, C, and D is in the thermic reactions. Question 69 is another repeated question, which is which of the following is not a metal? Which is obviously C, because A, B, and D are metals. Again, question 70 is a repeated question. A percentage of carbon dioxide in the Earth's atmosphere, which is 0.04%. So please make sure, once again, you know the percentages of gases in the atmosphere. Question 71 is similar. Which gas is the most abundant in the Earth's atmosphere? It is nitrogen, as it has a higher percentage. Question 72 is pretty easy. It is which acid is naturally present in grapes? Option A is incorrect because citric acid is mostly present in lemons. Option B is acetic acid, which is again incorrect because it's present in vinegar. Option C is correct because it is the acid that's naturally present in grapes. And option D is lactic acid, which is once again incorrect because it's present in sour milk. Question number 73, which is which instrument produces beautiful symmetrical line patterns? Once again, this is pretty direct. The answer would be a kaleidoscope because microscope magnifies tiny objects and B, telescope magnifies objects far away. And D is obviously incorrect. Question 74, which organ is mainly affected by this virus? And the answer is C. Just have a list of viruses and where they affect, because this would help you a lot, the paper. So the answer is only C because this virus does not target the heart, kidney, or lungs. Question 75 is another repeated question. The unit of force is Newton, as joule is the unit of energy, watt is the unit of power, and Pascal is the unit of pressure. Question 76 is which part of the brain is responsible for the motor coordination and balance? The answer is C, and the reasons why it's not A, B, and D is mentioned on screen. Question 77 is another common question. Once again, please note them down. So the percentage of carbon dioxide in the Earth's atmosphere is option A, 0.04. Question 78 is again a repeated question. Which of the following is a non-metal? The answer is D, iodine. Question 79, which is a basic physics question. What type of energy does a moving car possess? And the answer is D, kinetic energy. And the last question, which organelle is responsible for protein synthesis? The answer is D. And the reasons why A, B, and C are incorrect is mentioned on the screen. Thank you, and that's about it from this section.
Thank you, Razvan. Let's move on to the next section, which is the general knowledge section, and it will be done by Amna and Razvan.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, I'm gonna explain you about the general knowledge part. Okay, there are 10 questions in general knowledge, and then you have to answer those 10 questions. The first question here is, who is the father of romantic poet? Okay, there are four answers they have given: John Keats, William Wordsworth, Lord Byron, and Percy Shelley. Those four are famous for romantic poet, but they are asking who is the father of romantic poet, and then William Wordsworth is the father of romantic poet. The next one, what is the capital of Indonesia? Okay, those four cities are actually from Indonesian cities, but the capital of Indonesia is Jakarta. And then next they're asking the capital of Germany, and then the capital of Germany is Berlin. What is the country has the largest land area in the world? Okay, Russia has the largest land area in the world. You have to note that they will not only ask the largest, maybe they can ask the what is the second largest and the third largest kind. That then you have to remember that the largest land area belongs to Russia, and then the second largest is Canada, and then the third largest is China, and then the fourth is USA. Okay. What natural disaster struck Sri Lanka in 2024? In 2024, Sri Lanka experienced severe flooding caused by heavy monsoon rains. So the answer is B. So next next five questions will be explained by Razna. Okay, Razna.
All right, thank you, Amna. So the last bit of the general knowledge part, question 86. What is the currency of Japan? The answer is B, yen. Please also have a list of, if you have memorized, then it's good for you, but just know like the currencies of various different countries as you can, like at least the most popular countries and well known. And question 87, which country is the capital of Berlin? The answer is C, Germany. This is once again basic general knowledge. So please have a list of the country and their capital cities as well, because similarly to the next question, it's the very same, which is capital of Canada. The option is answer A. And question 89, one of the big six British writers. The answer is D. This, if you aren't able to answer, the only option is a fluke shot, so good luck. And similarly with 90, I believe this was already discussed. The land of thousand lakes is called Finland, which is B. And yes, that's about it for my part. I'm wishing you all the very best of luck. My personal recommendation would be to put all these questions into GPT, especially the general knowledge, as it's very vast. So just ask like the top 5 countries and like the basic general knowledge, so you have a list already prepared, because once again it's a very vast topic. You could get from anywhere, any part of the world. So yeah, that's about it from my part. Good luck and wishing you all the very best.
Thank you, Amma and Raza. So let's move on to the last part of this recorded Q&A, which is the computer science part. I think it will be done by Kavindra.
Hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, once again, I am Kanju Arabekadere, currently studying bioinformatics in NUST University. I will be doing the computer science part in this paper. Okay, the first question is, what is the first stage in the standard software development life cycle? So, if we see the SDLC, like software development life cycle, these are the steps here. So first one is analysis, like requirement gathering and analysis part, and the second step is designing part, and third one is implementation, like coding and implementation. Fourth step is testing and verification, and fifth is deployment, and the sixth one is like last step is maintenance. So the answer here is D, requirement gathering and analysis. And the next question, uh, what specific electronic component stores energy in the form of an electric field rather than a magnetic field? So if we check the answers here, it has capacitor, inductor, resistors, and transistors. So answer here is capacitor. Capacitor stores charge between two plates separated by an insulator. So it's building a electric field. If you see the inductor, it's the one which stores energy in a magnetic field, and the rest answer, the resistor and the transistor, they doesn't store any energy. So answer here is C, capacitor. Next question is, in web browsing, what does the lock icon next to the website's URL typically represents? So here I have added a screenshot, like this is how the lock icon is showing. Uh, this means that the traffic between your browser and the site is encrypted via TLS and SSL, like HTTPS. So the answer should be the connection is secure, uses HTTPS or SSL encryption, and these other options doesn't mean anything. And next is the standard SI unit of frequency, which is used to define the speed of computer and processors. Like if you open the task manager in your computer, you can see that the speed is shown like this, a number and a GHz. So this means that the hertz is the unit which used to measure the clock speed of the computers. So answer here is hertz, D. And next is, what does the ALU inside the processor stands for? ALU means arithmetic logic unit. So this is in the CPU there are three parts. One is ALU, and other one is this control unit CU, and rest other one is registers. So they may be asked another questions like what are the components of the CPU, like that. So prepare for them. The answer here is B, arithmetic logic unit. The next question is, which of the following data types is used to store a single textual letter or symbol? So it has given some examples like capital A letter and dollar mark and number 9. So here they have given the different data types like integer, float, char, and boolean. So if we see, the char is the uh, data type which stores exactly one character, and if you see the other options like integers and float, integer is only stores the whole numbers, and if you take the float data type, it stores whole numbers but with decimal numbers. So it's only like it can't store another characters like capital A, dollar mark, those things. And if you see the boolean, it only stores one and zeros, so it's only also not an uh, answer. So the answer here is C, character or char. And the next question is, what is the primary purpose of Wi-Fi encryption protocols like WPA2? WPA stands for Wi-Fi Protected Access. So this means it encrypts the wireless traffic and it requires a password before a device can join the network. So its job is security. So if we see the answers here, B is the answer. So to secure the wireless network and prevent unauthorized access, because only the device with the password can access the network, and it doesn't do anything with the internet speed or the like cleaning up temporary storages, those things. It doesn't do anything. Answer here is B. And the next question is, which wireless network channel frequency brands are used to standard for general home Wi-Fi routers? So most home routers are dual band, like 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. So like 2.4 is like longer range and lower speed, while 5 gigahertz is higher speed and shorter range. These are the like IP bits. We see, like if you get the bits containing, like IPv4 addresses are 32 bits, like it's written as 4-bit, 8-bit, 4 of 8-bit octets, and IPv6 is the newest version and it uses 128 bits. So answer here is C, 32 bits. And the last question, what is AI technology used for visualizing or generating images? So this one is it's an easy one. Like if you see the answers, first one is natural language processing, and then machine translation, and C is generative AI, and last one is OCR, optical character recognition. So we know, right, generative AI is one which creates new contents like images, text, audio, those things. So it's the answer here. And if you see the first one, like NLP, it's for language understandings. And if you see the D, like OCR, it the it reads text from images. So it's the end. So I wish you everyone all the best and good luck for your exams. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Kavindu. Now we'll move on to our Q&A session. If you have any questions, feel free to use the raise hand option so that we can unmute you. Or else you can use the chat box. You can type the questions there. We'll respond to you.
If someone has asked when you will get the admission. I think by today, inshallah, by tonight, you will receive it. And another question, is there any expected information to study for general knowledge, computer science, and antonyms and synonyms? For general knowledge, we would suggest you to use AI. Maybe you could tell AI to create like 100 general knowledge questions or like random facts, general knowledge and stuff like that. And same with computer science, just like go through the basics. And sometimes it would go deep, but not mostly it would be just the basic. And yeah, you can use AI for that too, mainly.
If you have any questions, you can use the raise hand option or else type in the chat box.
There's actually two questions in chat. One of them was, will you post this session on YouTube? Yes, we will. And the other one is, will we get rough sheets so we can do the question in the rough paper by pen, or do we have to do it by pencil? Last year I was in the Candy Center and we actually didn't get rough sheets. So I did it with a pencil on the question paper. But do they provide rough sheets? Like for anyone who did it in the other
I think
centers?
on the back of the question paper there'll be two blank pages. You can just use it as options.
Okay, yeah, you can use them as rough sheets as well, but use a pencil.
Yeah, use a pencil.
There's a question. Which place will the exam be held in Ampara district? Which place is it?
It's in Marudamune.
Okay.
Okay, there's another question. Is there any probability to have change in exam date again? No, most probably they won't change the dates. It's fixed now.
There's another question in chat asking which order to start attempting the questions, like by which section. So this honestly depends on you. If you can attempt it in the way the booklet is, like in the chronological order, then go for it. Or you can start with the hard sections first, like the verbal reasoning and all of that, and then keep the easier sections for the end so you can complete them in time. So it's honestly up to you. Or you can start with the sections you're most confident of, so you know you can score really well in them. So have more time for them. Honestly, the strategy is up to you. And there's another question, do we erase what we wrote in the book? That depends. If the invigilator requests you, you can do it. If not, just have it with pencil and leave it the way it is.
I think someone has asked nearly how many correct answers we should get fully funded scholarships. We can't assure you. Um, Try to get the maximum because it's based on merit, right? So the competition is high, so try to get as maximum as possible. That's what we can tell you. Someone has asked, are there likely to be errors in the final exam, just as there were errors in the analytical questions? No, there won't be errors. It'll be correct questions and you'll have the answers. So give it your best and attempt the questions.
There is another question about the timing of the exam. This depends from center to center. It could be in the morning from 9 a.m. Last year, I was in the Candy Center, so mine started around the afternoon. By like 3 or 2 p.m., they had the exam. So it depends from center to center, which it will be mentioned in the email that HEC sends you with your admission slip.
And a few of you has asked where we can get the past papers of this aptitude exam. So I think we have sent the link in our channel of our website, which consists of the past papers. And I'll send it in the chat box. It'll be easy.
There's another question. For particular students, the exams in which center? Any idea?
And this time the exams would be held in Ampara, which is in Maradamuli. We will give it to Batipur this time. So it's in Maradamuli, Ampara.
There's another question. Will you post this session on YouTube? Yeah, we'll be record this session and we'll be upload it in our channel, so you can check out.
There's a question regarding the most preferred order to do the questions for saving time. This is honestly up to you, which method you choose that works best for you. Some methods would be that you can start with the sections, because in the end of the day, you have to score as much as marks as you can. So you can start with sections that you know you will score really, really well. So which would also take time, like the first few sections, because it also has 20 marks each. So you can start with that. Or if you're really good with general reasoning, science, and computer science, you can start with that so you can secure your marks. So honestly, the strategy depends upon you, but please try to be efficient, practice with time so you can manage your time really well. And there's another question about if we will get rough papers. Yes, as Omar mentioned, the last two papers of the question booklet will have rough sheets. So on the question booklet, use a pencil and mark your answers and all of that, because in the end of the day, once you transfer to the OMR sheet, the answer is final. So if you're unsure, don't leave it. Please make sure to come back, but you can mark it with the pencil on the question paper. If the invigilators say to remove it, then you can, or else you can just return the booklet just the way it is. There's another question regarding dress code. The dress code is formal. Don't come in too casual, but also don't come in too formal like suits. Just come as formal as you can, but not too formal and not too casual as well. Like wearing shorts and stuff. Like wear decently as you can. There's another question in chat. In order to get full scholarship, approximately how much should we score? This is not, HGC doesn't inform us the benchmark to score to get full or partial funding. So our suggestion would be, as we mentioned previously, to score as high and do as well as you can in the exam.
More question, guys. You can raise your hand if you want to unmute your mic, or you can leave it in the chat box. You can ask your questions either in Tamil or in English. No problem.
There's a question about the OMR sheet. Can you tell about what do we do when we receive the OMR sheet? Let me share my screen and run through. Okay, so this will be your OMR sheet. This is a copy of what we have created, and this is the original sheet. So you will receive a sheet like this. So this sheet is printed exclusively just for you, so there's no other sheets, because your name, your CNIC, and your roll number will be printed on the sheet. So please do not mess up this sheet, don't damage this sheet, handle with care. So when you receive the sheet, before you start, you will have to put your signature, your question book number. The question book number will be mentioned on the booklet. They will guide you in the hall as well, and you write the book color and your roll number, which is printed here, but you rewrite it as mentioned in your admission slip, which would be the same. And you color the question booklet. So if you receive a yellow book, you make sure to color. Don't cross, please color neatly, like how we guided in this session yesterday, how to mark and how to color. And in the OMR sheet, the MCQs, you will get 5 choices, not 4, like how we have provided. So you will receive an extra option. So please make sure to color accordingly, and you have 100 MCQs. That's about it. There's a question if the email has been sent yet. No, the email has not been sent yet. There's another question, is medicine BS program is MBBS degree? Does anyone have any idea about it?
What was the question?
The question is the medicine BS program the MBBS degree? Is it the same thing?
And then we confirm. If someone has asked, I have chosen the destination of the exam as Islamabad. What is the date of the exam? And I told Islamabad. We are not sure when the exam will be in Islamabad. So I think by today, by tonight, you'll get the emails and you can confirm. And about the BS medicine thing, yeah, it's the same as MBBS. BS medicine and MBBS is the same. Any more questions?
So as there's no more questions, we can conclude today's session. As we come to the end of this session today, thank you all for joining us. We hope that today's discussion will help you understand the paper better and boosted your confidence for your upcoming aptitude test, inshallah. And yeah, a special thank you to our lead Ammar, who always stepping up and supporting every sessions. Also, we sincerely appreciate our dedicated volunteers. I'll be mentioning their names. Ana Faiz, Ranishka, Ashfa, Razna, Kavindu, and Amna, and also Ilman Ahmed. So yeah, thank you for your continuous support to the team, who always stepping up and supporting every sessions. Also, we sincerely appreciate their time and effort for sparing their time despite their busy schedules. And last but not least, all credits to the Science Eagle team for continuously organizing sessions. So please keep our team in your prayers so that we can continue this service in future, inshallah. As we already informed you, please follow our channel so that you can have day-to-day updates, and feel free to use our WhatsApp helpline. You can ask your queries so we can respond to you. Once again, thank you all for being with us today, and we pray that each of you achieves your dreams, and good luck for your exams. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
And yeah, guys, I would also like to thank every one of you. I hope you have benefited from this session. And so, firstly, I would like to thank Ayashrana, who's behind all of this, working tirelessly and doing a great job behind the scenes. And our three senior leads, who is Padidata, Vindadata, and Shivladata. And also my co-lead with me today, Fatima, starting the session, managing the session. You did a great job. Hats off to you. And our volunteers today who presented, you all did amazing. Really proud of you. And the session went flawlessly. Anyways, so the volunteers, namely Anna, Amna, Ashfa, Kavindu, Anishka, Razna, and Hilman. Great job, guys. And all the best to you applicants. And may Allah make it easy for you guys and keep us in your prayers so that we could continue what we are doing, like Fatima said. And yep, and all the best. We'll see you. No. Any volunteers want to say anything? So once again, thank you guys. We'll end the meeting. So that's it till now. All the best. Give it your maximum and the results will come out great. Inshallah. See you guys. Ciao.